We live amidst a marketplace where the competitors are shouting to gain our attention, the products are needing our attention, but the true differentiator for any salesperson lies not in the product, not in the features, not in the price, but it lies in the art of establishing, in making meaningful conversations with their customers. So for the moment, let's forget about the pitch. Let's forget about any tactics that the salesperson is going to adopt for now, for the moment. The most effective salesperson paints their success with meaningful dialogues that they have with their customers. So this is not just about having very empty talk, but it's all about crafting interactions that build trust with their customers, that connects and guides their prospective customers, for which is something which is mutually beneficial both for the company that they are representing and also for the customers who are buying their product and services, right? So it is something which is a mutually beneficial solution that the salesperson is providing. But the start point is, how do you start conversing with your customer? That is a very crucial skill, because that is going to improve your sales ratio. That is going to ensure that you are able to meet your sales targets. You are able to overachieve your sales target with just this art of making conversations with your customers. Hello everyone, this is Sonia. You're with me on Thinking Out Loud Thursdays, your friendly neighbor, mentor, coach, guide, take me whatever you want, explorer of new ideas and lover of coffee. So let's get started with today's episode and see how do we improve this art of making conversations with our customers. Let's get started. I think it's not about just talking to your customers. So the art of conversation is not like, okay, हमें बात करनी है, so let's start making conversations by just talking to your customers. No, but it's about bridging the gap between what is their need, uncovering their needs, desires, aspirations. If they have some questions, trying to address their questions. So conversation is all about that. So firstly, let's look at why this conversation is required. Why should you actually pick up this art of making good conversation with your customers? See, when you start conversing with your customers, what are you doing? You're trying to build a rapport with your customer. You're trying to break the ice with the customer so that you're comfortable with him and the customer is also very comfortable with you. So till you're not able to establish rapport, you will not be able to sell any product to your customer. Be very clear with it, because if you are into sales, you've made your career into sales, then I think you need to be a very smooth and a smart talker at that point. And that you can only do when you've established a good rapport and an understanding with the customer, right? So initial 5 or 10 minutes are very, very crucial when you are face to face with any customer, be it like a prospective customer, a recurring customer, or an existing customer, because that's when you are making the other person feel comfortable with you. You are getting comfortable in the whole conversation. You're trying to then uncover what are the needs, what are the aspirations, what are the pain points of the customer, and how is your product that you're trying to pitch to the customer is able to benefit him. You are basically listening to their needs, and then you're able to offer them solutions that is going to help them solve whatever is the problem that the customer is facing. And also, when you start making conversations with customers, you basically also trying to persuade them, you're trying to guide them into giving them complete clarity and precision as to what this product can do for you and why they should be choosing this product over the other products. I think you're just giving them a complete insight into it, right? With complete clarity. So for example, if I am in real estate, I'm trying to pitch a luxury apartment to a customer, I will first try to look at that. Why is he looking at an apartment in that location? What is luxury for him? What is it that you're looking for? How big is your family or whatever? So the basis the product that you have, you should have the list of questions so that you start asking those questions in a manner that gives you clarity as to what the customer is looking at and why is he looking at buying a particular product and how your product product can be beneficial to him. And all this you come to know only when you start talking to the customer, right? You're trying to create value for both the parties by how you're doing that, by educating, by informing that what are the benefits of living in a community like this, or the benefits of using the CRM tool that you're trying to pitch, where you're also trying to offer some personalized solution. So if there is a CRM tool, but the customer wants that, I should be able to make my own personalized, customized reports through this tool, then you're trying to just help the customer by saying, okay, fine, we will be able to address this because we can personalize basis your requirement. We will be able to personalize this thing for you. I think conversations are very, very important. Without having good, meaningful, genuine conversations, you will not be able to sell your product and you will not be a good salesperson. So if you're not comfortable doing conversations, then you need to get comfortable, because this is the career that you have chosen. No one has forced it on you. And if you're still not very comfortable and you're not doing sales, then I think then you need to look at a career change, look at something where you are good at and you'll be able to achieve in a better way. So let's look at what are the important things that you need to keep in mind when you're trying to do conversation with your customers. Now, first is that you need to actively listen to the customer before jumping the gun and saying, these are the features, this is what this car can do for you, or this is what my CRM tool can do for you. Actually, first, breathe. Let the customer also breathe. Offer him some tea, coffee, make him comfortable around you, and then ask certain questions. But before that, listen what the customer has to say. The brief, the customer only will give you. So welcome. It's really nice to have you here, and we would really like to show you around. But before that, it's good that if you could tell us a little bit about, what is it that you're looking for, what is so important for you, and accordingly, then I can guide you and offer you a solution. Also, look at verbal and non-verbal cues. How is his body language? Is the customer making an eye contact? When you are speaking to the customer, is the customer attentive to you or not? So, is he disinterested, that he's just come and he's quickly just going to pass away? See, me being in real estate, when we were at the site and the customers were walking in, by their body language, we could make out that, okay, fine, he's come to the project, but he's not very serious in looking around because he barely has 5 minutes to spend at the site. But because he saw a fancy building from outside, he's just come in. So I think you need to pay attention to the verbal, non-verbal cues when you're conversing with your customer to say whether he's short on time, he's attentive, he's interested, he's giving you that opportunity that, okay, fine, take me around, show me what your product can do for me and what is the magic that your product can bring on table. So I think practice active listening. That is very, very important. Next, what you can do is you can start asking a lot of meaningful, relevant questions. Why do you do that? When you start asking relevant questions, open-ended questions to your customers, the customer will give you he'll think about it or she'll think about it, and then they will give you very thoughtful responses to the questions that you've asked. And in that process, they will reveal their hidden needs, their desires, their aspirations that they have. So if a customer comes and he says that, okay, fine, I'm looking for this apartment, because I want to see my kids always happy and healthy. They feel safe and secure in that environment. So when they start talking and they start revealing, you easily then can connect. What is their need? What are they aspiring for? Are they looking for a good neighborhood? Are they looking for safety and security for their family? Are they looking that the community should be senior friendly, that all the seniors who are there, they don't have to climb too many stairs. The stairs are not too high. So I think all that matters a lot, but that you can only do when you start asking the right questions instead of asking close-ended and very short, open-ended questions. You should simply say, sir, I'd love to hear from you. What is it that you would want for your family, that you're looking for an apartment? Are you open? Is there some aspirations you have? Is there something which is like a must-have, you must have had a checklist? So is there something that is like a total no-no, that if this thing does not meet my criteria, then I'm not going ahead? Where the customer then opens up, speaks about it. Be attentive, maintain eye contact, give a smile in between, be inquisitive, curious to know the other person, rather than, you when the customer is talking, you're checking your phone, you're like just okay doing this, you're just itching your hand. That shows that you're not attentive. You ask the question, but now you're not very attentive in listening what the other person has to say. So I think you need to follow this practice. And if you think at that very moment of time you'll not be able to cook up those questions, make a list of those questions. When you start making a list of those questions, you practice. And when you start practicing, you become perfect in establishing good rapport, asking the right kind of questions, which actually unveil a lot of hidden secrets of your customers. Next thing, what you can do is learn the art of storytelling, right? We as kids, we used to love the stories that our grandparents, our parents used to tell us before the bedtime. We all love stories. So even our customers at that age, at that stature that they are in their life, they also love to hear stories from you. Stories of what? Stories of them painting a nice picture of their life after they have bought your product. So start painting a picture as to how this product will transform their life, will add value to their life, make it relatable to them. For example, if you're pitching in a CRM tool to a customer, you just need to say, sir, just imagine that by implementing this tool, you will have so much of your productive time, which you can utilize in other things, and your unproductive time will drop off. Because currently what you're doing is you're juggling into managing reports, figuring out Excel sheets, finding solutions. If you have last minute meeting, you don't know, your team is not giving you the report. But by having this system, everything is going to fall in place. We will train your team. You will have zero headache. You don't have to run after people. People will be plugging in details. And anytime you want, you can just check what is the update. It is reducing your stress level. So imagine working now without any stress to worry about whether the reports will be there with you on time. So it reduces your unproductive time and it makes you much more productive because your time is getting utilized in doing things that is adding value also to you. The next thing after storytelling is building rapport. If you want to make that prospective customer and you want to convert it into your existing customer who's already bought your product, who's experienced your product, then I think rapport building is something that you must do it. You need to be very genuine. Now, rapport building does not mean that आपको कोई book पढ़नी है या कुछ करना है. Just be genuine. Be genuinely interested in your customer. Create a very comfortable environment around your customer. When the customer is coming, just offer tea, coffee, compliment the customer about maybe the dress that they're wearing or whatever that you like about the customer. Just compliment because everybody likes compliments. The more you have a good rapport or a good relationship or a good bond with the customer, the better it is for you because then you can understand the customer better. The customer will also give you more time to figure out, what it is all about, how is it going to benefit the other person, and the other person will be very comfortable even in talking on those subjects that the person might be very skeptical, like maybe what is the pricing, what is the warranty guarantees, or etc. Anything. Who's the competition for you in the market? So when you establish that, you get to know a person very personally and professionally. Research about that customer so that you know that customer very well, and then it's very easy for you to break the ice. And if you're meeting a customer and you've gone through their secretaries or their EAs, then try to establish a good understanding even with them because they're kind of they're opening doors for you for meeting the customer, and they can also give you a lot of information in their own way, which will help you in establishing a good rapport with the customer. Lastly, I would like to say that handle objections. Handling objections is a very critical part of developing conversations with your customers. क्या अभी तक बात सब ठीक ठाक चल रही है जैसे ही कस्टमर ने आपसे कोई ऐसा सवाल कर लिया कि मुझे ये चीज समझ में नहीं आ रही है, आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दिस, व्हाई कांट यू इंक्लूड दीज क्लॉजेस इन द लीगल एग्रीमेंट, व्हाई शुड आई बाय इन दिस प्रॉपर्टी, देयर आर अदर प्रोजेक्ट्स टू. So the moment the customer has pushed back into giving you some objections, be it related to price, be it related to legal agreements, be it related to getting some additional benefits out of the whole thing, so or maybe an extended payment plan, etc. So the moment the customer gives you some objections, then you start assuming things about the customer, where you're not realizing the more objections a customer is giving you, it's an opportunity that the customer is giving you to answer those objections in a good manner, in a relatable manner, because that will then give the full confidence to your customer that I'm making the right decision to go with your choice or with your offer, that you, whatever that you're offering, right? So the customer also gets that confidence that, okay, fine, I've thrown so many questions, this person has not moved even an inch by saying, I will not answer this question to you. If you don't know any questions that the customer is asking, you can simply say, I'm aware of it, but I'm not fully confident. Can I just get back to you about this question? You should have a diary or a notepad with you there. The moment the customer, there's some query that you're not able to answer there and then, please make a note of it. Just say, sir, I'm noting down this query, and by the end of the day, I will get back to you on this. And make sure you get back to the customer, because if you don't, then whatever rapport building that you did on day one is all gone waste, because the person will not respect you, because you've not fulfilled the commitment that you made to your customer. Right? Are you getting this? So I think if you want to have good conversation with your customer, you should actively listen. You should ask relevant questions. You should paint a right picture in front of the customer by doing some storytelling, where they're able to relate to the solutions that you're providing to them and how they're going to be benefiting from it. Then do rapport building. And lastly, handle objections honestly, by understanding why the customer is having this objection. Right? There has to be some reason behind the objections. So please be genuine, understand the pain points from where the customer is coming, and be very honest with the customer. Don't try to cook up stories, give false commitments, just with the idea of picking up a check or picking up an order. Because wo order baad mein jaake cancel hi hoga. And I'm sure all of you who are in sales, you realize this, right? So focus on the benefits and not the features alone. Also embrace silence, because kai baar kya hai, when you're talking to the customer, now the customer beech mein, because they want to think it over, so there is a pause in your conversation. Now that pause might make you uncomfortable, but that does not mean that you break the pause and aap phir se dhadadhad chalu ho jao ki sir ye product ye kar sakta hai, wo kar sakta hai. So when there is a pause, please give a breathing space to your customer. Let your customer think and then give you the answer, or then carry the conversation forward. I'm absorbing whatever that you're saying. Okay, so this gets clarified in my head. I'm thinking, okay, this point was also in my mind. Let me ask, right? So it's not like they've mugged up a script and they've come to meet you. They also like impromptu, whatever you're giving them, they might also like think it over. So give them few seconds to take a pause if they want to take a pause, and don't rush into breaking their pauses, right? And I think I would just say you should always end your conversations with some call to action. Some action that you would want them to take, or you would take an action after the conversation is over. So for example, if you're saying, sir, okay, fine, thank you for coming. I think immediately after this meeting, I'm going to send you the proposal. Please do let me know if there's anything that you would want me to do. So the customer knows that there's a call to action where you're sending in a report. Or you can, if the customer has come to visit the site, you just say, sir, today I hope you got a good glance of the project. So when would you like to come for your next visit? So the customer will tell you, okay, fine, next week I'm traveling. Okay, post 10th, I think just call me. So the customer has confirmed that you can call after 10th. Now, if you do not end your conversation with a call to action and you say, okay, fine, it's a pleasure having you around. Okay, have a nice day. You've ended the conversation, but you don't know when the next follow-up should be. So always end your conversations with a nice call to action, which allows you another chance in future to connect with your customer and take that conversation forward in terms of closing the deal. Please understand, this art of making conversations is a lifelong journey. Every time, every new customer that you're meeting, it's not like एक रटा रटाया formula है कि आप उसको हर customer पे apply कर सकते हो. No, because every person is unique, every person is different, every person will have their own unique needs, aspirations, desires, etc. And you will have to fine tune your conversations differently for everybody. Some people might build a rapport with you if you just give them a compliment. Some people will build a rapport with you because you've done enough research about them. And that's how the rapport will be built. Analyze your interactions. Think about it, how this interaction went. What are the things that you can add more when you're meeting a next customer, so that, every conversation that you have, the next conversation is even better than the previous one, right? Start doing role plays, looking at people, how people are doing their conversations, which is leading to always a sale is closed when the other person is doing conversation with the customer. So observe other people, do role plays, because that's the way you can take your sales career to a greater height. So wishing you all the very best in your sales careers, and I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, you know what to do. Like, comment and share my video, and subscribe to my channel if you've still not done so. What are you waiting for? It's 2024. Make this resolution that yes, if you want to take any action, you take it there and then. Don't start postponing things, because then if you start procrastinating, then you're going to miss the bus, right? And I think all what I spoke about today, it's also there in my book, the first book that I published last year, which is Career Chaos and Coffee Stains. If you've still not grabbed the copy, you can get it on Amazon. So just go book your copy and leave your reviews as to how you found my book. Yes? So have a fabulous Thursday, everyone, and I'm going to see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.